I'm Fred Dewitt, and this is my art. So my art is also influenced by being out here and at the Richmond Field Station, and often come out and look at these waters, and I always think about how different this world is from the inner city world. Even though my grandparents live over Richmond, a few blocks away from here, they're almost like two different planets. You know, the planet from the community base, and then also out here in this space. And the lives that people live are so vastly different. Uh, and that has a big influence on my work, to just think about that, how you can just walk a couple blocks away and be in a whole different space. This is how I start off my bennies. I look at our history and try to find the research stuff, right? And then also, these same themes keep coming up. And then I take a look, fundamentally my paintings are about my life and what I'm going through. And then I start seeing the murder of these young black men. I start seeing these things when they're tearing up the street. I start seeing these bombings. Those things are having an effect on me right now. These rocks I collected I collect these rocks from what I call sites of resistance. So I go where they had a rally or something. I might go there and collect a rock. I collected some from Fruitville Station. That's where Oscar Grant was killed. I actually even collected some from the UC Berkeley campus, because Stokely Carmichael was spoken at UC campus, right? So I try to go to these other sites and collect the rocks from there, to talk about how the black body has kind of resisted the violence against it. I'm angry. I'm angry and I'm saddened more than anything. You know what they did this week? They dug up the Black Lives Matter memorial or sign, the affirmation that black people are okay in the society. They dug it up. Just tore it up. Just to say that we're not. We're not equal, we're not valued. Yeah, so this is about the Black Lives Matter street in Washington, D.C. It's a foundational painting for that. The activist spirit was infused in me from going to the Berkeley school system. I grew up in Berkeley and I used to see the protests and stuff. I was like, hey, yeah. When I decided to come back to school, it was family reasons about me here, but also I thought about that, how the African American Studies Department in this school, right? They don't have that in all school universities, right? And I thought about what I really wanted to learn and who could I work with and would they understand me? Because I have a very specific thing that I'm trying to do, right? So that meant the faculty also would have to be supportive of that, right? And the students now, the students support that. The work that I do, my students support that. Yeah. Okay. So you're not appointed? I got excited. I'm 24. You might want to use some nails. It might help. Knowledge is the foundation of everything, and education, it is. Without that, with ignorance, is what's really causing a lot of the problems. That's why people can be manipulated, because they're unaware of the truth and the reality of things. They're unaware of history. A liberal arts education does have value. It's the way that we start to see society and all the parts around us and the way we exist. History will show us how we have existed and where we need to go. But also put yourself into those pains. What do I mean about that? Maybe put your history in those paintings. Maybe put your struggles into those paintings, right? Shift it some way so that we can say, hey, this is you, or this is me. I try to talk about these different issues, social issues in class without making anyone feel uncomfortable, right? But getting students to find their own passion. Getting students to say, hey, let me question things. Let me look at things with a critical eye. Let me research and find out things for myself. As far as my own personal work, I would like for my work to go out there and people to see it. But more importantly, I would like for me to be able to express those things that are deep inside of me, right? To have my own universal understanding of those things and be able to project them out onto the campus. To be able to create something long-lasting that can last beyond myself, that people can enjoy and understand with. The artists have to lead the cultural revolution. They have to paint the world and make movies and show things, right? And then people begin to change. Even though, like I said in the beginning of this thing, I'm feeling very depressed because I've been doing all this work and it looked like we're taking a step back. I think in the long run, when it's all said and done, I believe that we will be victorious, that we will have a better world, that we will have a more just and equal world. And the documentation will be there. Those paintings will be there to show this struggle.